Give a warm welcome to the Polka Family Band.
What's the używa, moja jedyna jedyna. What's the używa, piękna dziewczyna. What's the używa, moja jedyna jedyna. What's the używa, piękna dziewczyna. Okay, let's get those hands clapped together and we'll do one call. Let's have a hand for John Stevens and the Double Shot Polka Band from Schweyersville, Pennsylvania. Okay, one call for We Are Family Polka off of our Grammy nominated We Are Family recording. Okay, so we go one call for We Are Family Polka.
East Coast, West Coast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Let's do one off of our brand new CD. And we have all of our discs available here today. We got t-shirts, all sorts of good stuff. So make sure you take some of our happy music home with you. And this one's going to start off with the concertina and the clarinet. Once Davey's ready to go. You're going? Okay, here we go. Let's get those hands a clapping, everybody. Go! Let's go, clap those hands. Your hands are clapping by the melodies that happen. Your feet stop tapping. Your hands are clapping by Michelle. Come on, clap those hands together. Woo-hoo! Baby. Get your hands a clapping. Bob Michel. One solo and he took it away from me. That's how the Italians work. He's quick. You leave an open space, he's going to grab it. Okay, one called The Girl of My Dreams by request. Chris, is this for anybody in general or are you just making this stuff up? Oh, different song. Okay, but there was a lady who wanted The Girl of My Dreams polka. We only have 2 sets, so let's get those hands clapping together. One called The Girl of My Dreams Polka. Clap those hands together. Everybody now, Moje serce śpiewa i ja jestem z tobą dziewczyną. Zamykam oczy i nie wiadomo, na mnie twoja sztuka. Moje serce śpiewa pełną miłość, miłość. Zaczyna opowiadać, zapomnianie myśli tylko, mama jest syna moja, moje serce, dziewczyna łatwo i celi, dziewczyna w celi, bo mnie celi, celi, bo yes, mama, sing to the world, wherever you are. Surprise for the melodies I hear. I'll sing your power love. It won't just do us that. But now I know it sings the love. No, forever. Okay, everybody help us out together. The girl of my dreams, Polka. Dziękuję. Okay, let's do the traditional dance of Poland, which is, of course, the Obetek. The Obetek is one of the only dances that come from Poland. Of course, the polka did not come from Poland. It came from where? China. China? You're close. Anybody else? You should know the answer by now. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? No. Czechoslovakia. That's where the polka came from. And we're going to do some oldie but goodies here. Obetek medley number 1. So sing along some of the oldies but goodies off of our family favorites volume number 1. to spojrzy na mnie, poszło swoje. Oje, 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 Jańczyku. Dzienniczę mnie i robię obie, a klikam na nie znajdę. Oje, 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 Jańczyku. Cancers, dziękuję. Okay, one by request, one called the Polka Shirley Polka. And don't be shy, yell it out if we can play a tune for you. We've got 2 sets here tonight and 2 sets tomorrow. We are the Polka family from Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. About 3.5 hours away from here. Okay, and there's the Johnny Cash song named The Boy Named Sue. This is for Ray, the boy named Shirley. Polka Shirley. Thank you very, very much. This is Shirley?
This young lady has a request. I said, you know, tell her. I said, no, she can tell her.
Oh, no. We don't do that.
Oh,
It's a great song. I can fake it. Jeshko Yashenko. I'll fake it. We'll play it in the next set. I don't have any music for it, but I'll fake it. It's just 2 chords, B flat, minor, and F. Okay, let's give you a nice waltz here, one off of our brand new CD. And we do have a new CD available, and it's called The Polka Road. We've got t-shirts, all sorts of good stuff. $20 each, or a special deal today only. We've got any t-shirt and any CD, and you can get them 2 for $30. The whole thing for $30. Okay, so especially for bar and bear.
Do you have change?
You don't get it. I get it in the van. All right, so a nice waltz. This is a tune that I wrote, but I could not come up with any lyrics. So the lyricist, Joe E. Gazevich, my son, came up with the nice words for this. So hand for Joey on this one. So we got one called The Soulmate Waltz. Kiss me, darling. My soulmate. Okay, let's do a fiddle tune here. Can we do a little fiddle song, Joe? How do you feel?
I had to give him a suggestion to get everything out. That's all styles. Colors. Polka music fan. Everything becomes a different color.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, one called Lazy Lay Bon Ton Brûlé, another Polka family original, one in the key of A. Here we go. Lazy Lay Bon Ton Brûlé in French. Let the good times roll. Let's have them do one more. And we'll send this one out for all the folks in Pennsylvania. One called the Coal Cracker Polka. This is on our proud to be Polish recording, Coal Cracker Polka. All right, let's have a hand for Joe one more time. Here we go, one called Coal Cracker Polka. go, one pound. Cold cracker polka.
I'll be there. I'll be singing. I'll have to take your word for it. I don't want to find out.
Right here, look like this young lady, or Megan Scott.
What?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there's only one other guy from Brunswick, Ohio, and he's the chief of police. That's this guy right here. Yep. 18833 Frost Circle. You can go right to his house. 188 Frost Circle. 1833. Okay, request to roll out the barrel. Okay, so for the guy from Brunswick, Ohio. Whichever is best for our jeszcze dojechałem, a ja Polska podrośnie. That's available on our Family Favorites Volume number 1, number 2, and number 4. A bunch of that stuff is on there, all the old bunch of goodies. Okay, let's do one called Wake Up Little Susie. This is off of our More Cowbell CD. Anything can be turned into a polka. So here we go, one called Wake Up Little Susie. Okay, here we go. Wake up, little Susie. What are you gonna tell your mama? What are you gonna tell your mama? What are you gonna tell our friends when they say, ooh la la, wake up for little Susie, wake up for little Susie. That's available on our More Cowbell compact disc. Let's do one more off the same album, one called Yacie Kocham. Very neat, very easy Polish term. You want to say this to your sweetheart. Yacie Kocham. That means I want some money. No, it means I love you. Yacie Kocham. Everybody say that. We need more happiness in the world. Yacie Kocham.
Polish.
Okay, here we go. One called Yatshe Koham. I want to tell you, darling, just what you mean to me. So I'll say these words in Polish about you, my melody. Ja cię kocham i zakocham, ja cię kocham i zakocham. Wszystko to robię ja dla ciebie. When you leave me, I'll be there. I want to tell the world just what you mean to me. My pretty Polish girlfriend, let's sing in harmony. Ja cię kocham i zakocham, ja cię kocham i zakocham. Wszystko robię ja dla ciebie. When you leave me, I'll be there. Ja cię kocham i zakocham, ja cię kocham i zakocham. Wszystko robię ja dla ciebie. When you leave me, I'll be there. Hey, there we go, little Yatshe Koham. Means I love you. Okay, we got time for probably one more song here, and then we're going to turn it back over to good old John Stevens and the Double Shot Band. Are you guys having a good time here on Friday night? Here live in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Come on, let's have a nice little applause for the Greater Area Johnstown Committee, Jane Kronowski, and all of the helpers, all the workers putting this on. So we're going to do one here called Give a Little Bit, and this one's off of our Grammy-nominated Hungry for More compact disc. And how many of you have heard of a band called Supertramp? They're a really good polka band from England. Anybody heard of Supertramp? How about that other band from Buffalo, New York called the Goo Goo Dolls? That's a fantastic polka band. Here we go, one called Give a Little Bit. Give a little bit, what you love to be. Polka family. We hope you're enjoying yourselves. Come out and check out some of our merch. We've got compact discs, we have t-shirts, we got all kinds of flyers for all kinds of upcoming polka events. We'll turn it back over to Frank. He's all ready to go.